To create a Arc Jumpstart Drop, you can simply go to the Arc Jumpstart website and then go to Drops, and on the right top you find this Create a Drop button. When you click on this, this will basically bring you to a wizard which will allow you to create and submit a new drop. This drop will then, after you submit it, will basically be reviewed and then be made available in the gallery as well. So the wizard will really help you to actually go through these details. So when you create a drop, again, this can be either stored in the Arc Jumpstart Drops Git repo, or you can use your personal Git repository to basically store your drop there. So in my case, I'm basically selecting my personal Git repository where I already created the files for the drop in this case. So I'm just going to post the URL here, and we were going to have a look at this in just a bit. And then I can either go through the step-by-step wizard, which will help me to create the necessary JSON files for this drop, that it actually shows up in the portal and renders correctly. Or if I already have created that and I'm already familiar with this, I can just copy paste these files and basically like edit them and use these as well. So I could select this. Now for this purpose, let's go the easy route here, especially if you're this first time drop. You can basically go through the step-by-step guidance. So what you need to do is you enter the title. So I will go for Azure Adaptive Cloud Lab Kit in this case. Go then to the next section. Again, we'll enter basically who created the drop. I can also have multiple authors here as well. I would enter then, for example, my linkedin.com/thomasmaurer2. For example, so basically you have my social media profiles there as well, and then give the drop a description. In this case, we're going to say this is a Arc Jumpstart drop for the Azure Adaptive Cloud Lab Kit to run Azure Arc deployments, for example. So again, just a little bit of a description here needed. Obviously, the better the description, the better for you to like actually find, for people to actually find your drop. Again, I'm just making this as an example here. And then you can tag this. So in this case, okay, what is included in this? You can either search here, or you can just select. For this case, I have Azure Arc enabled servers, Azure Arc enabled Kubernetes. There's maybe some other things like Azure Monitor maybe as well. Really depends on what you're doing. And in my case, I use a lot of like PowerShell. So language-wise, I'm going to select this. Difficulty, let's say medium in this case. And then you're going to say, hey, there's some other tags I want to use. Let's use Kubernetes for this one. Again, you can also add more tags if necessary. And then you can say, okay, what type is this? In my case, this is actually a tutorial guide. It has some script automation as well, but it's not a full just script tool. It's really just a guide with some script pieces. So I'm going to select that. Again, you obviously choose whatever fits best for you. You go to the next section, and you can already see here on the side display, you can actually already see a preview of what this is based on the link I entered there at the beginning, as well as like just the information I just entered, right? So you can see here, if I click on this, this already takes the section basically from this specific drop as well. And then there is more things I can actually add, and we're not going to go through this all. You can obviously, it's very self-explaining, but obviously you could add a picture to it, define some prerequisites here for this as well, and then some getting started instructions here as well. Now, again, you can go further then and basically just say, hey, when I'm done, create this drop, and this will create a pull request to the Git repo of the Jumpstart Drops. Now, again, this is all auto-generated from actually my Git repo I just showed. So if I click on this, I can go to my Git repo here, and this is actually the files I created in the background, right? Important there that you have this specific license file, which we have some documentations there as well, and then the README file, which is basically getting the step-by-step documentation, and it takes these titles here as basically the sections, right? So if you remember, I had contributors, I had getting started, and so on in there. And the Arc Jumpstart Drop website will then render this based on that information here again, and this can be added here as well. Now again, this is a drop which I just showed you for a tutorial. It can be much different than that. It can be just an app, for example, where you just have a description file on what it is and how to deploy it, for example, and how to use it. It can be some script automations. You have people with exciting dashboards, like which you can import into the Azure portal and reuse. So many ways of you to actually help creating drops here, or actually share that with the community and others to make this available as well. A great benefit, by the way, if you work on Jumpstart in general, but also with drops, we have this great thing called the Arc Jumpstart badges. So if you go here, you can read more about this. And basically what this is badges. You can, like, digital badges, which will be assigned to you in terms of like, hey, I have done contributions to Arc Jumpstart, and these basically can be added to your profile and so on. These will be assigned by Credly to you once you created a badge or you helped with some other information depending on Arc Jumpstart.